Noticing when I'm dissociated is not as easy as some might assume it to be. It's not always this very obvious, oh no, I'm disconnected from reality and I don't feel like myself. Because I live with a dissociative identity, my entire neurobiology has developed around dissociation. And so for me, dissociation is the normal experience, and being grounded in reality is the abnormal experience, rather than it being vice versa. And so this process of healing and choosing presence and rallying with my parts of consciousness despite the dissociative fragmentation, mindfulness is really what it comes down to. Like, without it, I have no power. Without mindfulness, I am powerless. Mindfulness is my power. And so, just wanted to kind of take some notes for myself about identifying dissociation and dissociative parts contributing to the conversation of my consciousness. I know we're a little late for our rituals, so now all the shady spots are in the sun. We come down here for our daily rituals every day, and if we miss the time, it's like, oh no, if it's not exactly the same, how do I do it? So that's one thing. Parts of consciousness are not neurobiologically capable of having new experiences without access to the self. And so I can tell when I'm dissociated and when parts are fronting and the self is not in a leadership position in that moment, based on the perceptions I have. If I wake up and I dread the day, it's a very, what's the word? I know we haven't gotten grounded yet, so the language center access is a little bit sporadic, sometimes limited. It's a surefire way to recognize dissociation. If I'm dreading the day, it's because parts are fronting and there's not a neurobiological capacity to imagine a new day or to embrace something that has not happened yet. Like, that can be challenging in general, but it's impossible for parts without access to self-energy, which would be the prefrontal cortex. And so I can tell when I'm dissociated because I'm dreading the day, but that's because my unconscious is projecting implicit memories onto my perception of this day, and parts are not dreading the day that is new, but rather dreading this day that is a collage of past implicit projections. And so if I can't embrace the day like I normally do, if I can't wake up and say, it's a brand new day, I've never seen this one before, let's explore it unconditionally. If I can't say that to myself, then I can tell parts are fronting, especially protector parts. They're just like, I don't want to do this day, let's just do everything we can to avoid engagement with this day. It takes me a little bit, but I come to a place where I'm like, wait, these are parts. This isn't myself. This isn't self-energy. And so the perception of what the day might hold is one way I can tell. And then, let's see what else we got. Okay. Identifying dissociation. Perception of sounds. If sounds are very upsetting, that's a surefire way, telltale sign of dissociation, because my brain's not interpreting the sound. My body is feeling the vibration, and it's upsetting to the system and may even cause implicit projections to be triggered. They may be traumatic, they may be just age regress, they might be both, it depends. But if sounds are not just sounds, just regular, in the distance, irrelevant to my own existence sounds, it's because my brain's not interpreting the sounds, and my body is instead feeling the vibrations, and it's a very jarring sensation. and the response to that can be traumatic if I don't engage self-energy. And so sound interpretation, my perception of the day, those are two ways that I can tell if I'm dissociated. So just yeah, some clues as I explore my dissociative identity.